Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you three painful lessons that I've learned after I immigrated to Europe when I turned 18. I am 25 now, so it has been almost 8 years. And to say the least, the journey was very interesting, filled with challenges, obstacles, adversities, grief, sorrow, pain, but also a lot of blessings, lessons, and more importantly, becoming somebody who is completely different and on a higher level, spiritually, mentally, physically, and in all aspects. So I'm going to share with you three things that are applicable not just if you move abroad, but also if you are going through some hard challenges. Because at the end of the day, we all face the same bad emotions in life presented in different images, events, and circumstances. But it's at the end of the day the same emotion, the longing, the grief, the pain, the resentment, whatever. Lesson number one is detachment. And there are two aspects to detachment. I'm going to talk about detaching from the past first. I used to live in the past. I used to long for my family, the security, the comfort, the friends, the food, the language, the culture, how I used to live, not having to worry about much things, not having a lot of responsibilities. And I missed out on my present moment because I was living in the past. You live in the past, you stay there, and by definition, you waste your present. And if you keep wasting your present, you are wasting your future. And it took me 3 to 4 years before I completely accept the fact that I said to myself, look, you can't live like that. It was so painful. I couldn't have it anymore. I said to myself, the past is over. There is absolutely nothing that I can do about it. So I moved on from the past. I turned the page from a state of gratitude and thanksgiving instead of a state of victimhood and resentment. And here is the difference. When you say to yourself, the past is over and I'm so grateful that I got to use and experience these memories with these beautiful people, this beautiful culture, etc., etc. I am so happy that I got to live that experience and now the chapter is over. It's time to build something different and move on. This way you get in peace with it instead of resenting it and keep longing for it. Instead of saying to yourself, I'm so mad at myself that this situation is like that. I miss this so much. You can't live like that. The sooner you get in peace with what happened and you accept that it's in the past, you get in peace with it, the faster you can move on to build a better future with more fulfilled state instead of grief and sorrow. The second aspect of detachment is detaching from the future. So by detaching from the past, I learned that I should also detach from the future. And this is a philosophical approach that is often talked about in manifestation, in the law of attraction, the law of the laws of the universe, and all these teachings. And people often say, is if they have something in mind they want to achieve, they say, when I least expected it, it came to me. So this goes to say that when you detach from the outcome, from the thing that you want to get, and you stop holding and stinging onto it, it comes to you. Now that doesn't mean you give up on it, that doesn't mean you stop working on it. It means you live in the present moment, aligned with that thing that you want. So when you are aligned, you don't need it anymore. So you are automatically detached from it. And you live the present moment in all fulfillment and joy that you are working on yourself. You're doing the work. And when you do that, you allow the universe to do its thing and it flows to you. It comes to you. So detaching from the future is as important as detaching from the past. The famous quote on some animation movie, it says, the past is history, the future is a mystery, but today is a gift, and that's why it's called the present. Live in this present moment. Be who you want to become right now, who you want to become in the future. Remember your future right now. Live from it and enjoy every second. Detach from the outcome. And by saying that, I got for you two quotes that I want to share from very famous and reliable sources. Number one, never let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you have to, with the same weapons of reason which today arm you against the present. That's Marcus Aurelius. It's a Stoicism quote. So the insight is very obvious. Do not borrow the anxieties of the future, and do not carry the weight of the past and the stress of the past. Live today, and whatever comes tomorrow, allow it. Allow it to come. This is the only way to real self mastery, self awareness, and peace. With that being said, talking about self awareness, lesson number 2 is self love, self improvement, self awareness. Look, when you move abroad, you will be by yourself. I'm by myself in my apartment right now, and I've been living like that for the past 8 years. Living by myself, eating for the most part by myself. And a lot of the times, solitude had two faces. And this is, by the way, all these lessons are, you can base them back down to the law of polarity. Okay, so the law of polarity states that any two opposites are same in nature but different in degrees. I am saying that you will understand because solitude, for example, is bad if you perceive it that way, but it's also very good if you use it to improve yourself. So any two things, they have the same energy but in different degrees. You can transmute that energy either positively or negatively. And personally, from solitude, at first it hurt a lot. I'm being completely honest and authentic with you. It hurt a lot. I spent days on end at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. looking at my phone, staring at it, and hoping that it would ring and somebody would text me. And I would shed tears about the situation. This was not the only problem. With that, I had residence issues, I had money issues, I had housing issues, I had work issues. Like you have all these obstacles that come at the same time, and you feel like you don't have anybody to rely on, right? That's what I thought. So I used to talk to myself bad. I used to victimize myself. I used to be victim to my circumstances. And my self talk, my inner narrator, wasn't helping me either. So solitude didn't help me. And if anything, I was by myself all the time. And instead of constructively building myself up, I became my worst enemy. And this is the polarity of solitude. You can either use it to become your own best friend, and if you don't, you are becoming your own worst enemy. So if you're not building yourself, you're destructing yourself. And I did that, destructing myself for also 3 or 4 years at first, until I snapped out of it and I realized that I'm in a pretty dark place and I don't like myself anymore. I talk bad to myself. If you would hear me talk to myself, you would think I am an enemy talking to myself. How is that even possible? How can I construct and build myself if I'm not in peace and in love with the temple that I live in, the person, the essence of me with whom I live every day? So solitude was that way until I understood that solitude is a gift. And I started to use it for self-development, self-improvement, self-awareness, spirituality, meditation, journaling, learning who I really am, becoming aware of my program, my old scripts that are dictating my future, the losing habits, the losing behaviors, all the things, the baggage I'm holding that I don't need to hold anymore. I'm carrying and it's weighing on me. I have got to get rid of it. I use solitude to understand who I really am. And the famous quote, it says, know thyself. And I got some quotes for you as well. First, say to yourself, what would you be? And then do what you have to do. Epictetus Stoicism quote again. It's a decision. You decide who you want to be right now, and usually these things happen when you are by yourself, when you are away from outside frequencies and other people's energies. You are surrounded with just the power of God, your inner self, and your own thoughts. You have to understand that negative thoughts are gonna come up automatically because that's the only unit of energy that you have, is you being with yourself. And sometimes the inner narrator is against you, right? It's giving you out all these bad things. But you have to understand that they are coming out to be transmuted out forever. So they wouldn't come out, accept them, and self-realize, become self-aware, understand them, and transmute them out. This is the power of solitude. I hope I got my point across pretty clearly. Another quote here is, knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. Lao Tzu, Taoism. You have to know yourself. This is, in my opinion, the best way to have a fulfilling life. And not just my opinion, but all the spiritual people, all the successful people, they are pretty aware of who they are. And when I say successful, it's not just monetarily, but also who live in bliss and joy. So this is the second lesson. Use solitude to build yourself and become your own best friend and your greatest supporter. Because if you don't, trust me, you will be your worst enemy and you will hate yourself. You will hate looking at yourself, and you don't want to be that. So without self-criticism, without self-judgment, accept who you are with your imperfections and work on them hand in hand, like you are your best friend, your greatest mentor, and you have God with you, and He is enlightening you with all these bad emotions and thoughts, because these are your gateway to get rid of them. When they come up, you can get rid of them and then build on something new that you really want, who you really want to become. But unless they get out and you are conscious about them and you are aware of them, they would be inside of you, and you would carry them all your life, unknowingly, unconsciously, and they will ruin your life. So don't be afraid of them. Last lesson is, it's a beautiful one. It's no judgment. Look, I came from mountains, a very traditional, old school. I haven't seen many things before 18, and at 18 I arrived here. So now I see, for the past 7 years, 8 years, I've saw all ethnicities, all nationalities, all religions, all colors, all genders and non-genders, and whatever you want to call it. Gay, lesbian, trans, human, man, women, dogs, water bottles, whatever it is. I saw it all. And I couldn't help myself at first, but have a little judgment going on, because I operated from what I believed was true. And this is a system that was instilled in me unknowingly, if you get what I mean. So at first I had some judgment against this or that or whatever, until I realized that really we are all one. It's called collective consciousness. It's called the oneness. It's called God. It's called the universe. We are all created in the image of God. So if you are having judgment against something, this probably means that what you are critiquing in someone, you have it in you. That's the reflection of inner unrest. That's the reflection of having this quality or bad thing that you are critiquing inside of you. So you're critiquing this person, but in all reality you're shedding light on the inadequacies within yourself. You have to develop love, because remember, what you give, you get back. The law of sowing and reaping is very clear. If you give love, you receive love. If you give hate, you receive hate. Whatever you give, you are gonna get back. And you have to genuinely desire love for others as you would desire it for yourself, regardless of who they are. Even if they do you bad things, God forgives everybody. Why wouldn't you forgive the people who tried to hurt you? This is the only way of purifying yourself and elevating your soul and enlightening yourself. It starts with love. And love knows no judgment, it knows no hatred, it knows no separation within people. We are all beautifully created by the power of God, and we can all love each other equally. And this is the goal that you should strive for. And when I stopped judging, I realized that I was the one who having all these inadequacies, because I believe things that weren't necessarily true, and all it did was separating me from the reality, and that is, as I said, we are all one. And to finish that off, I have also a quote here. It says, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Marcus Aurelius. It's just what I explained. You are critiquing someone because you have that inadequacy within you. So you might as well work on yourself and focus on you and think about others with love. The golden rule of life, of relationships. Think of others as you would like them to think of you. We're talking thought. Talk to others as you would like them to talk to you. Talk about others as you would like them to talk about you, and treat others as you would like them to treat you. And when you do that, trust me that you will live with much more peace on a daily basis. These 3 lessons were invaluable to me because it's changed how I see myself and how I see others, how I see the world, my relationship with God and with myself. And I started to give love and feel love around me. And all of a sudden now I don't meet hateful people. I don't come across resentful and bad people. People talk to me good. I talk to people good. People give me things. I give things to people. So it starts to work out and flow pretty smoothly. I hope you have learned something valuable from these 3 lessons. I hope you have enjoyed this video and have learned something from it. I post every week, once or twice, about self-development, life, the journey, becoming successful, becoming fit, becoming healthy, becoming enlightened, and all these beautiful things about self-development. So if you want, you can join the channel and you can tune up every Sunday for our weekly live stream. Other than this, wish you the best. You can do it, and I will see you tomorrow.